Cydney.
And I'm Madi.
And we're going to be doing Kid Food Nation with you guys for the next 8 weeks.
We are so excited.
See you in the kitchen.
All right, welcome back everybody to week 7 of Kid Food Nation. So we're just going to start by doing a little review of what we covered last week. So of course we practiced a few of our new skills. So we learned some mashing, some kneading, separating eggs, all that fun stuff. And then we learned some really cool tips about separating eggs and kneading. So we want to remember to use our hands when we separate eggs and try and keep our yolks intact. And then we also want to turn our dough each time when we are kneading and make sure our counter is lightly floured so it doesn't stick. So I just want everybody to remember that you can try these skills out as many times as you want at home. Maybe you could make your family something cool to help you practice them. And then of course, like we always do, we're going to begin our session by just kind of reminiscing on our goals that we made. So did we achieve them? Did we need to modify them a bit? How did they go? All that fun stuff. This week, we are going to be looking at ways to alter our recipes. So the best part about cooking is that once you've learned some basic recipes, you can change them up a bit, you can substitute different ingredients, you can add some, spices, all that kind of fun stuff. So, for example, like you could add cinnamon to muffins or cookies just because you now know that you like that flavor from using it in other recipes. So we're going to just look at an easy example to kind of get you thinking about creative cooking. So we're just going to try and think of what are some different types of pancakes you can think of. So I know me, I like blueberry pancakes, I like banana pancakes, I like chocolate chip pancakes. So those are all ways that you can kind of alter your basic pancake recipe. So that's a good example of substitution or altering or just a way to get creative. So that's just a really easy example. So in week 3, we talked about healthy choices. So that is a great thing to keep in mind when you're thinking about substitution. So for example, thinking back to our pancakes, if you wanted to substitute or add a healthy choice, adding fruit to your pancakes is always a great way to do that. So that's kind of how we can combine our creative cooking with our healthy cooking. Before we begin preparing and cooking our recipe, we're just going to recap a little bit on our cooking skills that we've been practicing. So for example, we want to make sure we wash our hands first. We want to read our recipes all the way from the beginning. It's really good to have our ingredients out and organized before we begin so that we don't have to go digging around and looking for them and we already know what we need. We're always going to remember to ask for help if we need it, and our safety rules and all our chopping tips and everything. So of course we're chopping away from ourselves, all that fun stuff. Today we are going to be making some nor'easter salad. It's a new one, it sounds pretty cool. So what you are going to need is you are going to need 6 breaded frozen cod fish sticks. You're going to need 2 cups of iceberg lettuce, which we will be chopping. You're going to need 6 cherry tomatoes that you're going to have. You're going to need a 1/4 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese and 1 lemon wedge. And then for our dressing, you're going to be using 3 tablespoons of mayo. You're going to be using 1 teaspoon of sweet relish, 1/2 teaspoon of ground mustard, 1/2 teaspoon of our white vinegar, and some salt and some pepper. We are going to go ahead and start by putting our fish sticks on a baking pan, and we are going to preheat our oven to about 425. If your package on your fish sticks says a bit different, then follow that. And then mine are going to cook for about 20 minutes, and you're going to want to flip them halfway through. To make our dressing in a small bowl, you're going to put your 3 tablespoons of your mayo. You are going to put 1 teaspoon of your sweet relish. You are going to put 1/2 teaspoon of your ground mustard. Looks like this. You're going to put 1/2 teaspoon of your white vinegar, and then you can add your salt and pepper to taste, and then you're just going to want to mix that all together. All right, so once you've mixed your dressing and set that aside while you wait for your fish sticks to finish cooking, you can go ahead and mix your lettuce, your cheese, your tomatoes, and your lemon wedge juice all together in a big bowl. All right, so once your fish sticks are cooked and cut up, you can put them in your salad, and then you can go ahead and mix the dressing we put together in there, and then it is ready to eat. Now that we've finished cooking and cleaning up our meal and we've had a chance to taste it and everything, we're just gonna have a little discussion and summarize our key messages from this week. So, what did we learn about changing recipes? So we learned that some ingredients can be easily substituted, whereas others cannot. And like adding and changing spices or flavors is usually a quick and easy substitution. So, if you don't like pepper, you could just not put it, or you could find something else that you do like maybe garlic or something, to just kind of change up your recipe according to how you like things tasting. And we just want to remember some reasons why we might want to make some of those substitutions. So is it our personal taste preference, or do we maybe have allergies? Did we want to add some more healthy ingredients like fruits and veggies? And then what are some ways we can use substitutions to make the recipe healthier? So we could reduce the sugar, you could use applesauce instead of butter, just fun things like that. We could add fruits or nuts, veggies, all that. So this week we're going to give you a little challenge to, at home in your cooking, maybe if you want to help your parent or guardian out when they're cooking, I challenge you to add something new to the recipe or change something in it, maybe substitute something, just whatever you would like. If you want to do it to make your recipe healthier, if you want to do it just because you like that taste better, just challenge you to find a way to make a substitution in your recipe. And then of course we are going to do a little self-evaluation. So was this recipe new to you? Did you like it? Did you like the way it tasted? Would you eat it again? Did you need help? We'll just take a minute to ask ourselves all those things.